Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide mediation and valuation services based in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we will discuss M&A sports franchise valuations with Edwin Draughan. Edwin is a sports franchise valuation expert based in Los Angeles, California, and has been a member of Park Lane since 2017. Park Lane is a boutique sports-focused investment bank founded in 2005. Edwin's primary responsibility at Park Lane is to lead the firm's efforts with sports franchise valuations and due diligence, which also includes the client relations, market awareness, deal sourcing, and execution. He also plays an integral role in the firm's sports franchise M&A advisory, early stage capital raising, and traditional real estate divisions. When you are an advisor, how do you come into sports franchises and help the owners increase? Because what I'm thinking is that we get caught up in the really well-known, the NFL or the NBA, but there are a whole host of teams beyond and under the professional teams that I would envision are also kind of transferring ownership.
That is accurate. There's, you have kind of the top tier leagues. You have NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. You kind of have the second tier leagues. You have minor league baseball. You have USL soccer, et cetera. I think at the end of the day, when we are going in to help a client sell their team, it's all about positioning, and it's all about targeting the right prospective buyer pool, and then positioning that asset to be accretive to whatever that prospective buyer has kind of going on. So ultimately, you really want to kind of highlight the benefits of sports team ownership, kind of put a spotlight on future growth, and then just, really position it well so that ideally, as I mentioned before, you get multiple people kind of in that, in those negotiations, and that ultimately will drive up the price. If you have 4 or 5, billionaires looking to acquire something, it's going to go up until at some point, people drop out and say, I don't really want it anymore. It's not that valuable. By which point, hopefully we've gotten well above kind of asking price.
So if in that situation or in those situations, if we're really not, if it's really a buyer's world or even really a seller's world, and the buyers are just waiting in line, like at the opportunity that it comes up, like, hey, I got $1 billion. If this comes up, like, call me. Mm-hmm. Why would somebody then come and engage you to do a sports team valuation? Would they do it in order to sell, or are they doing it for kind of other purposes?
So one thing that we do that's relatively unique in our sports valuations is not just a number that we present. We do a kind of a full assessment, top down, macroeconomics right down to the team level. We'll go in and assess the management team, assess the ownership, assess the sports venues and all the other assets that's under said umbrella. We'll go in and look at the league level, and we'll take all that into consideration and kind of give notes and potential red flags that should, that the owner should be aware of. And all of that kind of goes into, what we call kind of our comprehensive valuation. And with that, owners can kind of make informed decisions, how to better position their asset, timing of sell, et cetera. And I think that's kind of a key part that, Park Lane brings to the table. I think another aspect to really consider when we go into valuations, particularly relative to other people who may not be focused on sports franchises, is that one of the key things that are needed to value a sports franchise is past transactions and the details in and around them. We've been in the sports M&A advisory space for over 16 years. So we have intimate understandings, we have intimate data around past transactions, and are able to apply that to today to really come out with an accurate valuation based on actual data. I think that's, super important to know. It's not just, news headlines, because often those, valuation numbers and sale prices are not the true story. So, kind of digging underneath there and pulling out what's really happened in those past transactions, applying that to what's going on today to really give a full view, kind of a comprehensive view of what that team is valued at right now is extremely important. And I think that's why it's important if, somebody's looking to find a firm or a person to do their evaluation, that they have that experience and they have that information kind of data set.